I'm in SB's bedroom, talking low, 'cause everyone's out there. But I wanted to make this video because I was asked this question the other day on either on one of my live stream videos, or it doesn't matter. I was asked this question the other day. I thought it was good. Let me start from the jump. If you need help figuring out what's going on between you and your manifestation, please feel free to email me at manifestingwithkimberly@gmail.com. All of my coaching options are in the Dropbox below. They're in the screens that just went by. I have a weekly channel membership. I'm waiting for the approval still from YouTube for my second channel membership, but I go live every week with my channel members. I also do my best to go live every week public too. I have TikTok, I have Instagram. If you're new here, hi, I'm Kim or Kimberly. How are you? I would love for you to subscribe. I would love for you to give me a like so my videos can get out and other people can get this fabulous knowledge delivered from the sexy, sassy, saucy Hbic. I'm like in a cubby. That's what it feels like. So I was asked the question about messing with the middle. And I do believe I already have a video on this, but sometimes it's worth it to like rejudge a topic. And the question was, we hear coaches, or people in videos, because that's all we really are, talk about, don't mess with the middle, don't worry about the middle, all the time. But they never go into detail as to why. And I get that. And it's probably frustrating. There's probably a lot of topics out there that you're so used to people regurgitating the same phrases, like circumstances don't matter. We get so used to it, become numb. But sometimes when you really, really think about it, we don't know the reasons why. So why shouldn't we mess with the middle? And the question also went into the placement of, if I'm the God of my reality, why can't I mess with the middle? Totally understand that thinking. And, maybe it's just my personality, but I find it very easy to always see both sides of the coin when we're talking about anything. Even if I don't agree with what someone is saying, I can usually see it from their perspective and why they're so strong in their conviction. And I'm sure it does sound confusing. In one aspect, you're being told that you're the God of your reality, but in the next, oh, but don't do this. Okay, so I get that. So I want to, hopefully this video is going to clear that up. When you hear me say, you're the God of your reality, it's because whether you believe in God, the entity, whether that be he, she, it, whatever, when I'm speaking of it, I'm referring to the I am. The I am within you. The I am is what has given us this creation power. That is what I believe. And we were created in the image of that I am, or God. We were created in their image. And I say they because it's his, it, she, who knows, who cares? But this God, whether to you it's the universe, or to the next person it's your subconscious, who cares? We're all going to the same place. Doesn't matter what you believe in, meaning it's fine with me if you don't believe in God. I do. So I'm referring to the creation power that is within you. And that's how we are essentially creating or manifesting everything in our reality. However, I do think that we need to drop the word creation. Even I'm in the habit of continuously using it, or creating, because creation is finished. Meaning everything that we want to experience or manifest is already actually created and is in existence in another reality, or AKA another state. And I word it like that because at every given moment you have the opportunity to hop into any reality or hop into any state or version of yourself. So knowing that, well, then everything already exists. So we're not really creating. I think we are choosing. I probably should get in the habit of using that wording, but regardless. So here is my opinion of why we shouldn't bother messing with the middle and what that means. So in my experience, my opinion, messing with the middle is, for example, when you are manifesting a long-term, loving, fulfilling, committed relationship or marriage. When you're manifesting that, and in one respect, you're also getting triggered and upset because your specific person isn't texting you daily or texting you every morning. That was me. So all your focus is now going to, I have to manifest constant communication. Now, that is a choice of yours. You have the choice, you have the ability, you have the right to want to manifest anything in your reality, right? But, for example, when we are getting triggered by circumstances in the current 3D, and we start putting our focus on manifesting that being fixed, our attention has now gone from focusing on the outcome of marriage or long-term relationship and has now gone to constant communication. So I'll use myself for the example. Initially, when I first started my law of assumption journey, I was manifesting new love. I manifested, SP, and I manifested in steps because I was a newbie and I needed to build my faith because I didn't have a lot of faith. I was a really heavy skeptic of all of this. So I started with scripting, that we talk every day. And, I don't remember the exact order of the steps, but I know there was the communication every day. Then it was like a regular schedule of when we're going to see each other, eventually our kids meeting, things like that. But even when I was scripting that, my focus was always on the ending, meaning my ending outcome was us being in that long-term, loving, fulfilling, committed relationship, and that I was comfortably knowing that that's happening in my life. So for a lot of us, or at least for me, what I've seen, especially with coaching, a lot of people are manifesting these long-term relationships with specific people or marriages, but perhaps they have a circumstance in their 3D where their specific person has a third party. And logically, our mind or our thinking goes to, okay, well, here's the order of events that I think must take place in order for SP to choose me and us get married. So, third party has to go away, then SP, I'm making things up, okay? Then SP has to move to a closer location. Then SP has to choose me. Then we have to start dating, fall in love. And then he or she can propose. So for people that struggle to have faith, I understand want to manifest in steps, which is fine. But there's a difference between manifesting in steps or seeing circumstances like SP having third party and seeing that as obstacle to manifestation. So now I'm seeing, obstacle in the 3D. So now I must focus on 3P going away so that I can have and put my focus on my final outcome. So I'm out here looking at this 3D circumstance and I'm deciding that, well, my outcome can't happen because 3P exists. So now I must focus on getting rid of 3P. And all of our attention now has gone on getting rid of 3P. Well, getting rid of 3P does not automatically mean your SP is going to choose you. Because all of your attention, all of your focus has gone on fixing this 3D circumstance or having to have your good morning message every single day. So that was me, having to have that message or it ruined my day. So all my focus went on, I get text messages every single morning. I get my text messages every single morning. And guess what? I would. And then they would be fucking dry, cold messages that still triggered me anyway. So then my focus was on fixing how those messages were showing up and what was the wording. All my focus was going in all the wrong places instead of just focusing on the outcome. But I do understand the thinking, or at least the questioning of, if I'm the God of my reality, why can't I just focus on getting rid of 3P or getting the morning messages? You can. You can do whatever you want because you are the God of your reality. But perhaps this will open up your eyes to seeing that when you're going to manifest what you're dominantly focused on, or who you are dominantly being, right? It's all about who you think you are. That's manifestation, who you believe you are. And that's what you're manifesting, who you believe you are. So if you're someone, or you are being the version of yourself, or also known as being in the state of a version of you who is seeing third party as a detrimental, terrible, oh my God, what am I going to do circumstance, then you are being a version of yourself where third parties are alive and real and within your reality, and are something that's going to continue happening until you decide you are no longer that version of yourself. And you make that decision moment by moment. Whether you're using affirmations, visualizations, scripting, it is a moment by moment choice. And I say moment by moment because that means thought by thought. So if we continuously look at our bridge of incidents and see obstacles and see, scary circumstances, our focus comes away from outcome and goes focusing on the circumstances and where our attention is, where it stays, what's in our awareness, where our consistent focus is what continues showing up in our 3D. So I guess from my perspective, it's a fucking waste of time to continuously shit ourselves and panic when a circumstance manifests, right? Our job as manifestors is to be focused on what we want or the outcome. What you want is that marriage or long-term committed, fulfilling, loving relationship with that person, not having to fix or get rid of third party. That's whether you believe it or not, is a victim mentality. I have to control my 3D at all times. I have to control it, or else I'm not getting what I want. And I see it as you can fool yourself and tell yourself that, well, I'm the God of my reality, so I can focus and do whatever I want. You're right on that. But your need to do that is because you are in a victim state. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the idea of controlling my reality. I do. But I don't very often lose my shit over circumstances. Not to say I never ever have a trigger, or not to say I never have a bad day. That's not what I mean. But I've been on the journey long enough, or had enough experiences, that circumstances can melt away as I stop giving them my fucking constant attention and energy. Do you see what I mean? It's your energy, right? Because everything's energy. It's your energy of, I have to fix what I'm currently seeing in my 3D, or else I can't have my manifestation. So I'm in a desperate, needy victim state. And if that's the state I'm in, or that's the energy I'm in, that's who I'm saying I am. And because that's who I think I am right now, that's going to be my experience, because your 3D is not your enemy. Your 3D is waiting on your instructions, meaning your 3D is always validating to you who you are. Period. Or at minimum, who you have been dominantly being. Now, please don't take away from this that I think you should just get over it if your SB has a third party. I know that's a painful fucking circumstance. I know it. I know it is. And how you feel is valid, right? Our feelings are always valid. But once you're done being upset over it, take your power back and realize that third party cannot stay existing in your 3D if you decide that you're having the outcome that your person of your choice is totally, fully committed and loyal to you and only you. If that's where your focus is, that SP is totally, fully committed and loyal to me and only me. That's who I am. Whoever I love always commits themselves to me and is always loyal to me. That's who I am now. That circumstance has to collapse and get the hell out of your 3D. But when all your focus is on its constant existence, that fearful energy you're in keeps it alive. It's messing with the middle. Do you see what I mean? Any circumstance in your 3D, any that you don't like, you just deciding that you are this new version of yourself who has what he or she wants, the ending, the outcome, the final outcome, those obstacles have to leave. So there's never anything to fix out here. It's a waste of time. That's what it means. That's why we say don't mess with the middle. Don't worry about the circumstances. Everything is leading you to your manifestation. So why would we need to fix anything out here? You know, I know we all have kind of like our own logical, literal ideas of how our manifestation should come, but that's limiting your manifestation. You're putting limits on it because your subconscious, your I amness, your universe can see the bigger picture where you can't from your limited 3D minds. You don't see the bird's eye view of your reality, but your I amness does, your universe does, your subconscious does. So even though a circumstance doesn't make sense to you, it doesn't have to, because there is a grand scheme or bridge of incidents happening to bring that outcome, if that's where your focus is, if that's who you are deciding to be. So circumstances in your current 3D or in the midst of your bridge of incidents, in the middle, we never need to fix anything out here. You just have to decide who you are relative to your manifestation. Keep your focus on your ending. It makes things go a hell of a lot quicker. At least that's been my experience. And on that note, I'll see you tomorrow.